Thuggin', I'm relaxing with my main chick. Why you?
Through the scope, we here, y'all. Episode 6. This is Queez.
B.
Another episode being brought to y'all. Again, if y'all like anything we doing here, hit the subscribe button. Like the channel, all those things that go on. We appreciate y'all being in there with us. But we love, all the supporters there. We just gonna keep going.
Yes.
We gotta get the 150 subscribers. We got 114. So we're gonna keep edging this up. We gonna tag. What's a lot of issues going on?
Right.
Like as far as like a lot of people either beefing per se.
Mm-hmm.
Either friction going on. A lot of people calling people out. A lot of people speaking for other people. That's a lot we gotta talk about, man. First order of business, we gotta go with Will and Jada, man.
Oh no!
Everything I learned about them against my own will. That's against my own will. No pun intended. no pun intended. That's against my own will. Dog.
Oh no!
We gotta talk about them because I ain't that. That's a situation where we just gonna have to. We gonna have to hear about this as long as she alive. So we gotta be able to. That's crazy. Like all the stuff she gonna keep going. Keep talking.
How much longer he gonna sit there and allow this to keep continuing, man? That's the part that's killing me.
What you want him to do? Divorce and he lose half. He got married in California.
Cheaper to keep her.
What cheaper to keep her? What do you mean cheaper to keep?
They got married in California. She gets half.
Oh,
automatically.
Man, this is Jada we talking about. You don't think she could
Fam, what's your peace of mind worth?
Don't matter, man.
Nah, what's your peace of mind worth? Because
I'm gonna let out every secret.
She doing it now, so what's the difference?
I'm talking about personal stuff. We ain't heard yet.
Right. Come on,
she gonna let something out every time she feel like. Every time she feel like she's fading out the spotlight, she gonna let something out to bring herself back in the spotlight.
She got that book coming.
She outed his.
Every time you get a book coming, she taking it.
She outed their bedroom situation, dog. That how much more secrets you gonna let out?
We don't know.
Like when she started talking about what the boy can't handle and do in the bedroom. Come on, man, that's too much.
She said her and Pac share. They both had alopecia. Pac kept it till he didn't want nobody to know. So why are you telling us?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like how you telling somebody else's personal business that they didn't even hear the validated information? Like she out of control.
She's
man.
out of control, dog. But this is Will's fault. I gotta blame Will for this because you empowered her to do this.
Will ain't saying nothing.
Right, and that's the problem. You empowering her to do this. If you're not gonna say, you gotta still speak back against it.
What's that gonna do? Nothing.
What you mean?
What are you gonna say? What? I mean, what he's gonna say? Just let her talk. I mean,
let her talk, and then
ain't doing nothing good for him, but she talking. So you gotta try game plan.
But what he's gonna say that's gonna change it, but keep it going.
Just say cap. Just put a cap. Just put a cap. Right, like just all that. Y'all ain't together, supposedly. So
right. So why do you care? Why do you care? Be like, nah, I ain't like she ain't like she lying. Like she lying. She ain't saying that. Like you ain't gotta pull out a whole soliloquy or a statement saying like
I
trying to debunk her
for you.
Right. Like she lying.
I slapped somebody for you on TV, you know what I'm saying? And according to her, she was like, she was
right.
She was taking it back that he called her his wife.
See, you know what? I don't like that. You know why? Because when that slap first came out, that's not the stance she had.
Exactly.
That's not the stance she had. She had a whole different stance when that slap came out.
Now people got short memories.
Now she talking about we wasn't married. I wasn't his wife. No, that ain't what you were saying when that situation happened.
Because he told you his wife. That sound like one person might have separated, but then communicate to the other person, or you might have made it seem like it was still hope that y'all could have fixed it,
right?
Because he said, "Don't touch my wife."
Like keep my wife's name out your mouth.
And for you to say y'all ain't called each other that in a while, I don't know if y'all on the same page of where, this is going.
Maybe Will is looking at it. I'm not divorced, so she's still my wife. Maybe that's the way he looking at it.
He mad because Chris Rock tried to talk to her when they were separated. That's what that
again. Another information she volunteered up that nobody was asking for.
Nobody
was asking for.
Nobody knew. Nobody asked for that. Like
I'm sure he knew though.
But it makes me wonder.
I didn't know.
Is this all just a book run? Like
no, definitely a book run. It's definitely a book run.
So do you think all of this is actually true, and she just running with this stuff to make it true?
I think she communicating exact because it don't make her look good. It don't make her look good. It don't make Will look good.
But it makes people buy the book.
Does it? She telling everything that's in the book.
To a certain degree.
It keeps her in the spotlight.
To a certain degree.
Think about it. What real movie has she done that wasn't considered a black movie? You know what I mean? Toward a black audience. Her TV show was their show with his money. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Right. She really talent-wise, she's not up there.
How's the Red Table doing? Because I ain't watched the Red Table.
Off of Facebook. Right. They're trying to find a different home for it.
That's what I thought.
They found a home, but But like, yeah,
If she wasn't with
ain't
Will,
really in
where would she be at?
Well,
She
why
be
Will?
one of them black actors just starving for a job. That's what. I mean, reality. Where would she be at?
To think we went from Jason lyrics and set it off to this. We went from Jason lyrics and set it off
Look,
to
I mean,
this.
Will
They
probably,
hood classics though. You know what I mean?
I
They're not
still-
movie classics. They hood classics.
And she
Will
was the
probably
star.
did something, man. Will probably did some crazy shit behind the
I
scenes
don't-
too.
Right, that's what I'm
For her to
saying.
be
That's what I'm saying.
disemboldened
He
with
still-
it.
he
He
still
must have
got
did some
secrets.
crazy
No,
shit behind
he-
the scenes.
either
too.
that or he emboldened her.
He might have did some wild stuff behind the
Right.
scenes too. So he letting her go because he like, yo, I was wilding. I probably triggered this whole downfall. I'm just gonna let her rock because I probably
True. I mean,
might have did something too.
it might be some crazy stuff, but for,
People turning her into a martyr. Y'all ever see this thing where people get like they could be rightfully so attacked for something they did, and everybody just like they just switch it. They're like, you know what? Too many people talking about it. Let me
Right,
make this
yeah, let
person
me
the
get on
victim
that,
now.
yeah.
Now I see a lot of
I'm
people
on her
saying
side now. Yeah.
Now a lot of people saying Will ain't no saint. Will messed up too. Will doing all this and that.
Where's
This
it
ain't
at?
It's all. What you saying?
Where's it
oh,
at?
yeah, what he did?
Yeah, where's
they
it at
talking about the
then?
Margaret Robbie pictures where she lifted up her shirt and Will lifted up his shirt and they took like a photo.
When they
and,
doing
and
a
there was
movie.
rumors that they was messing around in
Yeah.
movies that they were in. So people,
But they
reaching
always
back
say
to
that about everybody.
fam, I gotta okay. I can counter that. I gotta remember what's the chick name that did He Got Game, the Puerto Rican chick. What's her name? She's playing Ahsoka now on Star Wars.
I know what
I
you're talking
know what
about.
you're
Yeah.
I can't remember the name. I know you're talking
Yeah,
about.
but anyway, the movie that her and Will did together, they had a kissing scene. She said Jada made sure she was there on the set for their kissing scene, so to make sure nothing else went off. She said that the girl said that made the whole kissing scene uncomfortable, and you know, it didn't go right because she felt like Jada was there just to be
Just to
newsy.
be
Did I see some tongue?
Right, exactly. Like, did y'all really kiss, or was it just for the camera? I'm like, yeah. So don't give me that about that Margaret Robbie, that Margaret Robbie
She
stuff.
He was
Clout
her
demon.
money ticket. Plain and simple. He was her money ticket.
Jada's a clout demon, bro.
Yeah.
Because she got killed for the August Alsina shit, right? Killed for it. Everybody was saying like, yo, how you let this happen? Like you doing all this while y'all poor Will.
Is she gonna get killed now if you found out they've been separated since
No,
when that
that's what I'm
happened?
saying though. Why you ain't say that then when you was getting killed? She a clout demon.
don't
All that was for the show.
I don't
For
know if she
everybody
a-
check onto the red
Is she
table
a cloud
talk.
demon or she just trying to assassinate Will character as much as she
She
can?
trying to do that too.
I think it's a combination.
Yeah,
of-
she trying to do that too.
It might be more though that she just want the clout because she get all the eyes on the red table talk
Yep.
and bring Will on there. Let him talk about this crap. Never clearing this up because this would have saved her if they were like, you know, they'd have both. I'm pretty sure Will would have been like, yo, we should tell them they separate. You getting killed out here. Like, you know, we'll
So-
probably do damn near whatever she say at this point. So,
That's what I'm wondering because Will could have easily said that. So what do you mean we separated? Why you think I don't care? Like why I think I acted the way I acted? We separated. We not really together. So what you was doing, I really didn't care
they kids strong. You like none of them kids even ran to the media. Nothing.
Yeah, about anything.
because they probably know
nothing.
about it already.
About anything.
I know, but it's like it's sides to this, right? There's no way you could be in the middle and be like both of them are like right. Like the kids, they feel like everything their mom's saying is putting their dad in good light. They ain't gonna say nothing about it, or vice versa. Like whatever their dad did
If you
behind the
wanna-
scenes or whatever.
No,
like
no disrespect, but if you want to be honest, I think they kids is messed up too.
I know.
Well, we know that.
Yeah,
We know
they
that.
kids- So
Yeah,
you
we know
really,
that.
so do you really think they really like going to have that type of mindset in this
it's
situation?
probably all over their social media. Whoever they encounter, they probably.
But they
you would
probably
think
looking
you
at
would
it as
see them,
normal.
you know.
I'm saying I'm talking about this type of behavior in the environment. They probably look at this normal behavior in a normal environment for them.
But we never. This wasn't normal. We never seen this though until
We didn't.
recently.
I'm talking about we don't, but they grew up
It's
in it.
different when the world and then though
Right.
in your business now. Because
Right.
remember, your friends didn't know about it. Now
Every
your friends
day,
know
all
about
day.
it.
Yeah,
you know what
every
I'm
day,
saying?
all day.
Now your teachers know about it. Now your boss know about it. Like, everybody know about it now. So it's like, you know, now you got people looking at you with business that
And
only
you know they want to ask you something.
Yeah, it's like, yo, like, what the hell going on over there? You know,
I think
like,
what the youngest, she should be 21 now, ain't she? Or she like 19?
She's probably 20 now.
Yeah, she should be in the 20s now. So none of them is in school no more unless they in college. So yeah, the only thing they got, like whenever they out in the street or whatever they doing with their businesses or whatever the case may be, that's the only time they might have to deal with
Only
this.
one safe is the oldest. He's like, that ain't my mom. He's like, that's not my mom.
He probably look at this whole situation like, yo, I'm glad I'm not living over there.
Like, going like that. That's crazy. Like all this information and this just keeps getting. You find something new every single day. Like her revealing.
My
something.
problem is, and this is what I'm talking about where I got Will, like, dog, where is this going to stop? Because she's finding every rabbit hole to throw you down in every chance she get.
She probably convinced him that it's look.
Well,
This
what
is
money
better.
what money is it going to bring in? What money is that going to bring in?
The Smith. They could have convinced. She could have convinced him that us being the Smiths is more money than you just being Will.
How? That's tarnishing his name.
But they before all this stuff though, they were the symbol for black love.
Oh, they was there.
Yeah, they
right
were.
now they not.
Yeah, they were.
But now because of the information they volunteering.
Right.
But before we ain't know as much, so they still was the black love
Right.
symbol.
Only couple still together and all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Like,
But none of these. But actually, the sad part is, since we bring that up, none of these couples with symbol for black love is still together. None of them. You find out everybody not even together no more, or everybody going through some type of situation. So I really think that mindset needs to go. Personally, to me, that whole symbol for black losing these celebrity couples, a symbol for black love need to go.
This
Because,
reminds me of the Kaepernick situation where, like, you know, like once he took a knee and did all that stuff, then he just stopped speaking.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
just started speaking for him. And
yeah.
nobody know.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep,
Nobody
yeah.
know what you thinking. Nobody you feeling. You just fell behind.
Yeah, what
Like,
was your reason for
I feel
it?
like,
Everything
and that's
like
what
that.
I feel like. Will, like nobody know what you like, bro. Like he said shit. Like nobody know what you thinking. Nobody what you feeling. Like you know we ain't gonna come out and defend you. Like you know people feeling like you the victim, but it's
How
like
you
bro,
defend
like,
you think anything he say is going to be
like,
analyzed.
come up to his defense. Like
Yeah.
she's doing all this crazy shit to him.
what
like, poor
defense
Will.
are you gonna give him?
The victim. You the victim is like, yo, get out. Like she's manipulating you, blah blah blah. Like you the victim. Like now, like I can't look at you as the victim. Now you complicit. You
That's what I'm saying. What
Mhm.
defense you gonna give him? If he don't, there'd be a difference. Like I said, if he speaks out in any type of way, then I give him
Like,
the victim
say
card.
she crazy.
Right, like
Come
or
on,
he
say she
say
crazy.
crazy or this
Jada
line
look
or
like
she like
she would.
right
PR
lying.
nightmare his life.
Right,
like
that's
he
what I'm saying.
Right, that's
so
what I'm saying.
I understand it, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not giving him that victim card right now because he's not saying anything.
Might be no way out, bro. Jada
There's nothing
different
he
though.
can say. That's what I'm trying to say.
Jada's in front of every outlet now. She was on All the Smoke, man. Like that's a basketball podcast. Like she could go on any platform and do whatever she wants to his image. I think he know that. Like I think that's why he don't want no smoke because he's still trying to recover from the Chris Rock shit. So imagine she try to get on there. She think of all the words she could say to make him look even worse.
And he attacked
she
her.
could-
Everybody
yeah.
going to attack him if he attack her.
What you mean? Not now.
I don't know if they attack her. I don't know. It depends what he say. Like,
Right, what- it depends on what he said,
Certain
but-
way, yeah, they're going to.
Nah,
he would have to call her a B and all this stuff.
Right.
Right,
But he
somebody to
is.
go that,
But
or something
no,
like that.
sure, but the subject. But he would have to be aggressive. Like he had to say something aggressively to get attacked. If he just comes down and says she's
They got to
lying,
come out crying like I don't know why she
nah,
doing
nah,
this.
nah, please don't
We
do.
seen
Don't
him
do
cry.
that. We seen him cry.
On
But
the
don't
red
do
table
that.
talk. It was
Yeah, he.
eye shot, blood red. Like he was crying. He looked like he was going through it. Like, we seen it. It was
Nah,
like
he don't need
I
to.
think he already knew though
Knew what?
when he was on there. He already knew.
Oh, what about the situation?
Yeah.
Yo, it's one thing to know. It's another thing to put a camera in front of you and you got to relive it because now
He
you're
did
talking about it.
He did it.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's on him.
But I'm saying that's why you can see him. I can see him crying, coming to tears on that episode because it's one thing to know about it, but when I got a camera in front of my face and I got to actually relive this whole situation, and I know other details that we can't discuss on the show.
we know. She probably was like, "Look, man, you on red table, man. We gonna get back together. All right, let's just get through this run, and we gonna fix this."
The crazy
He's
thing
like,
is, then she put out a statement saying that she's saying that me and Will are
they're
in
still
this.
working through their marriage.
Yeah,
They won't get a divorce.
Yeah,
They're still working through the marriage.
We're working through the marriage, and we're in this for the long haul. So what are y'all
She
doing?
said, but she also said, I forgot how she phrased it. They're, like you said, business wise, they're staying together.
Of course that, but
She felt they're life partners, but not life partners as far as love.
but I
Life
understand.
partners as far as business.
I understand that, but in the same aspect,
What business she got besides red
His
table
money.
talk? What else
His
business she
money
got?
is her
What business she got?
His money is her business.
Aye.
That's all it is. His money is her
Well,
business.
all right, look, she keep going down this route. He ain't gonna have no business.
Right,
So
no,
now-
exactly.
now they ain't got
No,
nothing.
she
Now
right.
they ain't
Boy,
got nothing.
that's my
She
point.
killing
That's
her
why.
pockets, right?
That's what
I
I'm saying.
agree.
He's got to say something because if this start to mess with his image to where he like people ain't gonna want to book or deal with him, like dog, like what we want you for? Like,
She can make people single handedly not respect them, just
Right.
like as a man. Like,
Yeah.
like damn, bro. Like, yo,
He-
you alive over there? Like, damn.
he gonna go on movie set. Niggas gonna be clowning. Excuse me, they gonna be clowning him on the movie set. Like dog, like nah, like
How
listen.
Jaden look at him right now? Jaden probably. You ever seen
Just
that?
shaking his
You
head.
ever seen that video with the father was at the restaurant, and you know how like the Salt Bay boy like he might like throw something like feed the guy in his mouth or whatever the girl
Right.
like he put the food on there or what do he do? What does Salt Bay do when the guys people open their mouth? It's a steak or whatever, right? So he went to some restaurant or whatever, and it was something in a bottle, and they was squirting it like try to squirt it in the person's mouth. It was a guy. His son next to him. The father opened his mouth to get the squirt, whatever's coming out the bottle.
Oh yeah.
And
It's
something
something like
that,
they like, yo, what is you doing?
You give him that look? I didn't see that one.
You
I
like,
didn't see
what
that.
is you doing?
Jay probably looks at that like, Like, yo,
I don't know if Jada looking at him like
Hey,
that.
look,
I know his oldest son probably looking at him like that, but I don't know if Jaden looking like that. I think Jaden them on their mom's side with this. Whatever's going on behind the scenes.
I think would Jada want to expose that Will be going on vacations with his ex-wife? Because I don't think Will said that. I think she said that. Like he
goes on vacations with his ex-wife.
Yeah, they go on. They on like they all go on vacations like with the family or whatever.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
they all come.
Yeah, they all come. Yeah, he still go on vacations with solo, like him, the kid, and whatever. But they don't like Jada don't be there. Like just be.
It's just him, his son, and his ex-wife.
Yeah, ex-wife. They go on vacations together. But I think Jada offered that information. Like nobody asked, nobody need to know.
Like she like whatchamacallit, who else was like that? Vivica Fox was like that.
For a while, yeah.
They just say stuff about 50 or whatever, anything just to stay in the spotlight.
That I can't.
That's it.
I don't know, man.
They can't accept when they run is over. Really, she never had a run, but
I don't. Fellas, be careful who you marry. Because these joints is vicious out here.
Remember though, she said she didn't even want to marry Will. Like she was crying.
So
they had to drag her down the aisle.
This is why. This is why I'm not giving Will the victim card, because everything she's saying that happened previously before they even got to this point. Dog, this is your fault. If she crying,
all the signs pointed.
Right, all the signs like she don't want to marry you, or she had that type of information, like situations going on, and you still pushed her to marry, and you like, I'm gonna be there for you. I'm gonna love you. This is your fault. You cultivated this monster that we got now that's out here destroying your character. You created it. So that's why I'm not giving Will the victim card here. I'm sorry. Right, you made that monster.
Well, you're right about that. We gotta go at some other people, right? That was going on too. You got the Drake and Joe Budden situation.
Oh, please.
You got them beef part 2. That was the round. What was it? Round 2. If you count diss tracks, it gives you round 6. At this point, you got them two going at each other.
It ain't
over the criticisms of his music. They clearly they got this weird little relationship there where it's like.
It's like a brother, like almost like a brother.
I don't think it's brother because I don't think Drake liked Joe like that. I think Joe liked
Drake like that. Yeah.
I think Joe. I think Joe want to be friends with Drake, but because even Ice was trying to tell him on the pod, Ice was like, "Yo, bro, he don't fuck with you."
Yep.
And Joe was like, "Man, we'll fix this. Ain't that?" Ice like, "Yo, Joe, he don't fuck with you.
Like he don't mess with you like that." But Joe like, nah, I got him. I'm like, dog. Like, listen, you've been like this ever since the boy came out. Ever since the board came out and made it like that, he's been trying to get this whole friendship, brotherly situation with Drake. Yeah. Nah, dog, it don't work. And
you just get like a brief summary. Everybody probably heard it by now. Yeah. It was like a week ago. But Drake dropped his album. Joe had some critiques on it.
He didn't have bad critiques, really.
Joe read what Drake said to him, and Academic said it too before that. Drake didn't like the personal. Feel like he took personal shots
with the 25-year-olds and the body and it's gotten his body done.
That was on the diss track. He didn't say nothing about that in the new joint. He was saying like
no, I'm talking about Joe said that in the episode. When he was talking about critiquing his track, he's talking about Drake and them getting their body done.
He been said that before.
I know. I'm just saying he still put it on there.
But he was talking about the him dating younger women or
Joe can't say that.
I know, Joe. Right, Joe is known for that. And he was talking about the people that Drake keep around. Like he like to hang around younger artists, and
that's why he stay relevant.
Your own damn age, and
that's how you stay relevant.
Drake felt like that was personal attacks, right? Because I ain't got nothing to do with my music. Like now you talking about who I hang around and all this other stuff like that. So he was saying, talking about issues like that. So that's what made Drake mad. So Drake went on, IG or whatever. He ripped into Joe's career, say he was a failure. He quit music because he was a bum. You suck, you broke, all the stuff you could think about, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, they had their little, back and forth there. But it brought a lot of conversations around music where it's like criticisms of music, put a lot of eyes on Drake's music where people, start, overvaluing his music, the content.
Overvaluing it?
Like, not overvaluing, but like, really judging it, like really looking deep into it.
Okay, all right.
Analyzing it. So, yeah. So, that got, a lot of different discussions there. But that whole Drake and Joe saga, like, at the end of the day, it's critique of your music, right? I don't want it to get lost, or at least for him, get lost in a point where you can't take the criticism. You worried about the personal shots that you're not listening to the music criticism, right? Like, you take that separate aside, there's some valid criticisms there, right? So
that's what I say.
You don't get to the point where, because people can't critique him without going personal,
right?
So now he's ignoring some of the criticism because people going saying extra shit on top of it.
Right.
That's making it more personal.
Because he put the
you get defensive then.
But he put his personal stuff in the music. A lot of his personal stuff he put in the music.
Right, but you know, it's how you internalize it, right? Like, hey, I mean,
Listen.
he's talking about the younger woman on the actual.
It was on the songs, right?
And like Joe said, I didn't get that out of nowhere, bro. I got it from you. But you know, if Drake don't, you know, he don't see it like that, then you know, you can't control how somebody gonna respond to whatever you say.
Listen, let me explain something to you. Drizzy right now is at the point in his career when he like, I'm tired of the criticism. I'm tired of the attacks. I'm tired of everybody saying what I'm doing, what I'm not. Drizzy, like, I had enough. I'm shooting at everybody, that anybody that either may even get in my way or even think they or might have said something to me. Mm-hmm. He's just at the point right now in his career. He's like, I had enough. Like, everybody did it. Everybody got to that point in their career. Jay did it when Jay finally hit the top. Remember when people started, once he did Blueprint, and that whole beef with him and Nas started popping off, and people started critiquing his situation, and they started taking shots at him, looking at everything him. Every artist got to that point to where when they at the top of that mountain, they like, all right, I'm tired of everything I had to go through with everybody. I'm shooting at everybody that got a problem with me, or to even act like they got a problem with me. I'm just taking, and I'm tired of hearing what y'all got to say, because what y'all saying to me, to him, don't affect what's going on over here to the point to where I'm not going to change. I'm not changing what I'm doing.
If it's fair criticism, it's fair criticism. Where if you can't take it or not, that's on you.
I agree, but that's where I think Drake is at right now. He's like, man, I don't care about this crap no more. I really don't. Like, I don't care, and I don't want to hear that from certain. Like, there's a lot of personal stuff between him and Joe that we're not privy to.
You gotta be on a certain level to critique me. That's how you feel like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right. If you ain't where I'm at,
if I don't respect you. If I don't respect you, or I don't think you at the point where you can critique me. Yeah, I don't want to hear what you got to say.
And it always come down to the women, bro. They got a lot of the same women involved. They Eskimo brothers, man.
Oh, they got a lot.
They got a lot.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said there's a lot of personal stuff behind the scenes between them two. That's why this beef is the way it is. And I think Drizzy, like, dog, I know a lot of stuff going on behind your scenes, and Joe, like, yeah, I know the same, dog. So if we ever get to that point, a lot of this stuff can spill over, but I don't think it'll ever get to that point.
That's what I'm talking about in the video that I put out a couple of days ago. Like, when you Drake is the first artist we ever seen at this point in time that is still at the top of this game at this age for this long.
Yeah,
selling the most still.
Yeah.
Okay.
At some point it runs out.
Right.
He's like LeBron, but for Bron's still playing at this level for this long. Mm-hmm. We haven't seen it, so we don't know how they maneuver at this point.
But you don't see the growth. That's the problem. I think that's a lot of problem. I think even
because you never seen nobody at this point do it, so you don't know how you stay relevant at that point. So he's the subject matter for this. Like, at you didn't mean this age, been on top of this long, how you continue to still sell the most and stay relevant. And he's showing that's the way he's going about it. But we don't know there's other ways to do it. Like, he could have made mature content music and that might not work, but he's trying out, saying like, let me try this out.
But I think people critique that because people feel like you are the standard. You're the standard. Whatever direction you go, everybody else is going to follow because you're the standard. And for you to try to be the standard by trying to do what the people under you are doing, instead of leading them to say, all right, I see what y'all doing. But all right, here, I'm gonna reset the bar. This is what the bar gonna be now. Y'all gotta hit this bar. No, he went down to their level in this album. To me, he went down to their level to make the music they made. I get it. I understand. Like you say, he's trying to stay relevant, or he's trying to sell to the kids so that he'll get more album sales. Because we just talked about in the hip hop joint, right, the kids are the mostly ones consuming the music. But as a person that we look at as the guy that is the standard, you should never go down to somebody else's standard to get them to listen to you. You should be bringing them to you.
But I think everybody got their own way, like, place in music. You look for Kendrick for maybe the social, right? Stuff like that. Social you look content. For Cole for a certain thing, right? And you look at Drake for the bangers, the club music, and it gets people
a little bit of everything.
Trying to make him into a certain box that you want to fit him, because hip hop always did that with Drake, where they try to own him and put him in a box, and that's never him. So when he made Hold On Going Home, people killed that joint. But that's a fire wedding track.
Yeah.
And that was one of his biggest songs.
Well,
and people killed him for that.
I hated that song.
Right, but that's
song,
that's on fire though. Everybody likes that.
I know everybody likes that song. I hate
but I'm saying though, you try to put him in a box of what he can do and what he can't do. And you gotta that's why people had to be still fighting this battle of stop calling him an artist. I mean, hip hop artists call him an artist.
He's an artist,
right? It took forever for that to change, though. People
he's
kept
an
calling him a
artist.
hip hop person. Like,
right, he's an artist.
He does both. You know what I'm saying? So
he's
I think
artist.
him. He's trying to not be in a box so much that he's literally rejecting that notion, because it'll be easy for him to get y'all on board. Just make a hip hop album, hip hop beats. Easy, and they love
he's
it.
back, right?
Because every time he rap, they love it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But he is literally not wanting to do that.
But then we talk when we talking about his album coming out, and I said I think he's going to try to tackle all genres of the music that he's in. He's tried to plead. He was trying to attack all forms of genre of the music that he's in on his album, and I don't think it went well. I just don't think he tried to please everybody, and you can't do that.
But I'm just saying, he's at that point where it doesn't even matter. Is all I'm saying. Is if
For
it
who?
For him.
I don't know if he's at that point where he doesn't matter because
He got.
Yeah, he won already, man. This is just the. This
you
is
mean
the
as far as that?
Yeah, this is just
But
the
to
run
him-
around the last.
But to him, it actually. Well, all right. If we're going to go with that
Like
argument,
Bula said, if he feel he needs to come back, all he has to do is do a hip hop album, and boom, everybody love him again.
Remember, he about to pass Michael for the most number ones. I mean, at that point, this is just him doing.
but
Just him doing
what
his
I'm
running
saying,
laps.
even though I just threw him the cape, saying that he's at the point where he don't care, but at the same time, somewhere in the back of his mind, he does. The rest of this wouldn't affect him. Like a lot of
Some of it, but it bothered him. Some of the critique clearly bothered him.
That's what I'm saying. So that is still at a point where it affected him because
that's
he
good,
responded.
then. That's good.
But he
That means
responded.
you care about your
but
work.
he responded in the worst way to me possible. Like he responded emotionally. Like he.
What you respect? Come on, man. Look at him, man. What you respect, man? What you respect? He gave you a whole album of him singing about a girl. What you mean? He responded emotionally. Like he's crying, he's singing.
He responded emotionally.
Wow.
But like I think you even talked about it on the video. You're talking down to people. You're not talking to somebody that actually like you're talking up to. You're talking down to them. So in that aspect, I'm like, I don't. He's taking a break. He claims he's taking a break for what, 2 years, or he hasn't said.
himself together.
About a year.
He said about a year. You're gonna take a break from music. So apparently something's going on behind the scenes to where he like, I need a break from this.
He probably just exhausted. He was on tour, and then he dropped 4 albums in like a year, like 2 years. So he just exhausted. Like that's a lot of damn music, bro. Then
So nobody gonna be able to get him on the
Sit back
feature.
and relax.
So you gonna say nobody gonna be able to get him on the feature?
he probably got like 10 features already coming up that's gonna be released, and Khaled already
Keep
said he
him
got
out
2.
there, yeah.
Khaled already said he got 2 Drakes on. So
I don't want to hear no deluxe album then.
No, he don't do that. Drake don't do deluxes.
I don't want to hear no deluxe
Yeah, he
album.
ain't gonna do no deluxes, but
But this beef is listen. This beef is going to die down because Joe. I don't
I don't even think it's a beef. It just
Yeah, it's a back and forth, and Joe going to do what he always do, and that's another thing that annoys me. He going to take this approach, then maybe 3, 4, 5 episodes later, he's going to be like, I'm gonna walk all that back because I don't want no problems, or I don't want to deal with the negativity that's coming from him. He always does this, dog. He takes his approach at
Nah,
somebody.
he ain't walk back. He already dropped the episode. He ain't walking back.
He'll walk it. I said a couple episodes down the
Nah,
line.
it's
he'll
too.
walk it
I mean,
back.
what you mean? If you delve, it's not no walk back. It's over. Like
It's over now,
Yeah.
unless Drake keep going at him with it.
Nah, it's over.
Let a diss track come out.
Nah, it's over. Joe already responded, and then Drake didn't say nothing back. It's over. Like,
Let a diss track come out.
from who? Ain't nobody going to drop nothing on that. Joe's done long.
Joe ain't gonna drop it. I'm talking about Drake gonna drop
Drake
it.
ain't gonna drop no diss track. That man is gone. Not with
You
Joe.
don't even have to.
Joe live in the studio, man. That's one person like you don't even want to. You're like you exhausted because Joe can get right back up, turn into Femo, stay the night in the studio. Ain't nobody trying to get back on that. I'm trying to enjoy now. That's why he ain't responding the first time. He's like, all right, this bro doing way too much now. I'm trying to throw subliminals on a couple of tracks.
I know.
You stand the night in the studio, give me 5 tracks. I ain't trying to do all that. Like that's why he ain't respond. He's like, all right, this dude doing way too much. Like
Well,
you watch you messing with.
But
Him.
you listen. Sometimes you get a little out of your element. I ain't saying he out your league, but he out of your element. Like bull different. He's just different with
certain
that.
dudes like they live and breathe. Some of that stuff.
But they got a lot of personal stuff that we not privy to, and that's why this situation the way it is. Like you said, between the women they dated, certain circles that they're in, the people they are involved in, and I also think that some of that is people they work for. The people they work for got issues with some of the other people they work for. Like there's a lot of behind the scenes situation that's going on with that for me.
Passing information back and forth.
So
And then you got, speaking of Drake too, GJ Vlad had put up a post because Drake is Jewish. And Khaled is Palestinian. So, with the war going on, we're not gonna get really into the politics. This ain't really a politic type of podcast here. But he put out a post saying like he felt like they should speak on it, like because they're because
Why?
they are big, celebrities and they have huge
Right.
influence.
Why?
He feel like they should say something about this
What they gonna say?
and use their power, to kind of, show their support.
Of who? They own people.
The people they represent, Drake being Jew, just stop the war in general, right? So they were saying like, he felt like they should speak on it or whatever. And, you hear this come around from certain people on different issues, like, oh, if you represent these sort of people, if you're a celebrity, you should always speak out.
Right, for what?
I never was on that side that
Never
they should
did
always
either.
speak out.
Never
One,
did.
you gotta know what you're talking about.
Right,
Right.
that's the problem. And a lot of times you don't know what you're talking about. Now, if you want to just speak out on how you feel about the altercation between something and like the war or whatever's going on between these two different factions in general, that's one thing. But if you think I'm going because I'm Jewish, I'm supposed to speak out and come out in defense or speak out from my Jewish side of the situation or from the no, dog. I got no information on what's going on. I don't know what's going on. All I know is the war.
Is it up to you to get educated though?
Say what?
Is it up to you to get educated?
Even if
on
you
it?
get educated, you're not getting the full
You're not-
information. You're not.
But you
It's
research
above
it,
your head.
just like
It's
anything.
Still, it's above his head. What they gonna say? Oh, Drake said we should stop fighting, so everybody stop fighting. You know what I mean?
Do you think it's important to show your support though, so your fans know where you stand on certain issues on the side of it?
Why?
Me personally, I don't care if they know where
That's
I
you,
stand.
but what you think of fans? If you're a fan of somebody, do you think
it's none of
that's
their business.
Well, fans do care.
Fans.
Fans do care.
They look for reasons,
But
but
they
they
look-
want to criticize.
True.
Or that's
True.
all that is. You know what I mean? You say something, you're going to have the ones that, oh, why he say something? You don't say something, you're the ones that are going to say
They ain't your
why
fans though. Your fans.
No,
talking
I'm
about
saying
your
fans too. Like
Your
fans-
fan, but
Nah,
Drake
your
fans
fans.
not looking for him to speak so they can criticize it. They want him to support it.
So they can
so
feel
what
like-
your
so they can
fans
feel
are
like
for
he-
you.
so they
You're
can
talking
feel
about
like
the
he support-
people that's
like he
not
supporting
fans of
them.
you
Right,
are
he
looking to
supporting them.
criticize you, not your fans.
I don't
But you,
feel he's
but at the same
obligated to
time,
say anything.
he
Nah, I feel like y'all be-
But when you are an artist as big as Drake or somebody like Khaled, you got fans from all different sides
Yeah.
of this spectrum.
You don't need to say anything.
You got Jewish fans, you got Palestinian, like you got fans. So he speak out. So say Drake speak out for the Jewish people. All the Palestinian, like he risked losing support from his Palestinian fans because he spoke out on his Jewish side of the situation and supported the Jews for the Jewish side of the war. So that's what you want him to do. You want him to just speak out and say, "All right, I'm Jewish, so I support Jewish people. So all you Palestinians or whatever."
Well, Drake can't speak specifically because he don't speak on black issues, right? So imagine, black people, like our community, when it comes to like the Drake or whatever, like we don't.
That's another point. I'm glad you brought that up. That's another point. If you're not somebody that we are known for speaking out on issues in general,
Right, don't start now.
don't start now just because this is a particular one that's that's I guess part of the community that you represent.
Well, black community guy, they got like a funny way how they view Drake. Like sometimes he black, and then sometimes they don't put him as black. Like when it comes to being wealthy, we don't include him as a black wealth or a black
Right.
millionaire.
We look at him as
But when
Jewish.
it comes to music, he black,
He
right?
black,
So
right.
we don't, and he always talk about that in his music, how he feel like we don't really like claim him, right?
Right.
So imagine if he spoke out on this issue for the Jews, and
Black
how
people gonna rip
feel
him
about
apart.
Jews right now, right?
Black people gonna rip them apart.
Even down to the Kanye or the the Kyrie Irving situation, right? Where
Right.
certain people might have issues with them, right?
Right.
Imagine if he spoke out and covered that, but he never spoke about George Floyd. Never spoke about
Right.
That's what I'm
Tamir
saying.
Rice.
That's what I'm
Never
saying. He
spoke
got
about
nothing.
Right.
Michael Brown, like, or you know what I'm
he,
saying? Like
he did put out statements, certain little statements here and there on certain
he ain't really
situations.
getting on
But
forefront.
he-
You know what I'm
right,
saying? So
yeah,
like,
he didn't get out there
they-
like
people
that,
gonna
like
have a
that.
fit. So I don't think he should speak, bro. If you keep it one way, other
I
way.
don't think nobody should speak unless they known for doing that. Like if
But you got other artists attacking them. Like,
I don't care who-
saying like, "Oh, my peers ain't speaking
I
about
don't
this,
care.
so I'm
I don't know.
stand up and speak on it."
I don't care what you doing. If that's who you known for doing, like if you were somebody that anytime an issue came up, regardless of what side you stood on that issue, that doesn't matter to me. Like as far as what side you stand, that's
Right.
between you and it. But if you're not somebody that comes out and literally just speaks out against it in general, I don't expect you, or I'm not going to sit there and say you should
Not
do it
now
now.
either. Right.
Right now, that makes no sense to me. But that's the route any artist can take that route and be fine. But then you won't have people saying, "No, I need you to speak. Like I need you to tell me what
Every
side."
time something happens.
Right, side, right,
Yeah,
or
every time
what
something-
side
they
you
want you to
stand
say,
on.
right,
Right,
every
stand
time
on.
something happens.
See,
Why
I
would
wouldn't
you
do it
do
because people fickle, man. You'll speak on every issue. You'll support, the quote unquote right side when things pop up. You do one thing that people don't agree with, you a sellout.
Yep.
And they'll ignore
Yep.
all the stuff
All
you
the
did
stuff
before.
that you did, yep.
You never make yourself a slave to your fans or the people, man.
Right. That's how I
they want
feel.
you to speak on whatever they want you to speak about. some of these artists, even when they speak, ain't gonna change nothing. You, like you said, they gonna look over there and be like, "Oh, Drake spoke. I'm done.
Yeah,
All right, we done. War over.
What's
War
the
over."
point? Right.
Now,
I'm
who
saying,
will do that? Like, who doing it?
Like I'm saying, I get it. You think it's nice for them to speak on it, but if they don't mean it, I could put out a tweet and not mean nothing.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Like, what does that give y'all to be like? Oh, this person said something. Nobody cares at the
Right.
end of the day. It's not.
Nah,
gonna
He
be
can have his
nothing.
publicist put out a statement. It ain't got to be his words. You can put out, yo, tell you, yo, put out a statement. Handle this for me.
Yeah, like what is that? What is that going to change? And I get it. You'll like a celebrity to do that, but we gotta stop looking at celebrities as so
Put them on
high
a
up.
pedestal,
yeah,
yeah.
on this pedestal,
please,
bro.
Please do. Like, I get sick of that. Like,
I'd
stop.
rather hear from an advocate,
that.
somebody that's doing the groundwork every day to fix something, than
Right.
when I hear
He's
from a
not looking
celebrity.
for the publicity. Or
Yeah,
anything
or
like
yeah,
that.
I'd rather hear from them
their
than
hands
hear
dirty.
from
Yep.
an artist who probably PR statement wrote it up for him. Like, what does that do for you?
Right.
That's like the Neo situation we had where he spoke out what he spoke about the gender changing the
Yeah,
kids.
I remember that, yeah.
Right, and his publicist put out a statement. And he's like, "Hold up, that wasn't me. That's not my words. That's not where I stand. Like that was my publicist putting out a statement. That's not me. Like you can have artists, dude. Like these artists got publicists who can put out statements for them. But like you said, who says that's their words? A lot of times
So
it's not
why
their
why
words.
does it matter? Like, why does it matter
Right.
what they speak?
not gonna
on?
make a
right,
difference.
Right, there's not going right.
But
What they
Vlad too old for that. I think either he clout chasing or he too old. Either he capitalized off a Drake name because of Drake being in the media so much.
Of course he is.
Or something like that.
and
but-
he needed somebody else to make it look like he's just not using Drake.
Yeah, because he went on the Breakfast Club and Charlamagne went at him over it. He was saying some of the same things that we were saying. Just like, yo, like, for what? Like, if he's not educated on why would he speak?
Right.
And he was like, yo, you don't even know what Drake or Khaled doing behind the scenes. They might be doing something. Like, they don't owe it to you
To make it
go
public.
tell you and make it public.
Right.
And he was like, well, I'm just saying, like, I think they should,
That makes no
be on the
sense.
forefront. He's like, Drake can respond to Joe Budden, but he can't respond for this. I'm like, bro, like, you don't know what's happening on behind the scenes, and you didn't even look at it from the black side of it too, because it could be dangerous for him to do this and ignore all the things that happen
Before
for some of these black black people
All right,
past couple
and just
years.
to be honest, I get it. Drake is the one of the top Jewish artists, but is he the top Jewish person? No, is he? Like as far as entertainment wise, is he?
No.
So why
At
you?
least I don't even know. Like,
So why are you just talking about Drake? You should, if that's the case, then if you want to act like somebody need to speak out on, then you need to talk about everybody that's prominent in that group of people that they represent.
Politicians, whoever,
like
yeah.
all y'all
People that
need,
can
right? All y'all
actually do
need,
something.
all y'all need to speak out. Don't just attack one particular artist or one particular person. And say that person because he represents that genre, that group of people needs to speak out. No, everybody that represents that need to speak out. So
yeah,
that's
Justin Bieber spoke on something. He spoke on the war and everything going on. He posted a picture like "Pray for Israel," and he had a picture up of something that shouldn't have been on the picture of it, and he had to take it down immediately.
Yep.
And that was him not knowing and trying to put something out, and he fucked
Right.
up.
Right, exactly.
Stay away from it. Stay
So
away from
like
it.
if
Didn't
you,
the Sixers do something too?
they fired somebody because they
said
put out,
something.
they said something like
Yeah,
they was
yeah,
like
they put up a post.
yes, they fired somebody who said something that I guess was against what they believed. But yeah, it's like
And that's the other problem you got with that. Like you have these corporations or you have these influences or people or businesses to where your support can all of a sudden hurt your business, hurt your bottom line to the point to where now you're ousted or we no longer do business with you no longer do that just because you don't agree with what they believe. It's not that you like saying something ill or you're saying something negative. You just have a different belief than them. And all of a sudden now, all right, well, because you don't believe we ousting you or you out of here. Like, dog, like, what do you mean? Like, people are dying on both sides. Regardless how you look at it, people are dying on both sides. So everybody has a point to where they can say, yo, I don't like what's going on here because these people are dying. I don't like what's going on here because these people, people are dying on both sides.
People on both sides.
Right, and that's the problem I have. That's what I'm saying. Y'all cannot look for artists because they have to speak on something because that's who they represent. That's not their job. That's not their problem.
right.
And again, we don't know what they're doing behind the scenes. In the same aspect, stop looking to celebrities to be the vocal point for any type of movement or any type of statement.
No, makes sense. It don't make sense.
Right,
right?
it doesn't.
Right.
But yeah, I think we tackled that one. That was a good one there.
Yeah.
This was episode 6 again, y'all. Let us know what y'all think about that. Y'all feel like celebrities, they owe their fans and people to speak out on issues regardless. They should let you know their stance. Do you feel like we give celebrities too much power? I mean, how do y'all feel about it? Or just let us know. But I appreciate everybody. Subscribe, like. Let us know what y'all want us to talk about.
Let's go Aces. We one game away.
Yeah,
we one game away from
there
that
you go.
from that back to back. Let's go Aces.
Yeah, so this is Through the Scope. Thanks for checking us out.
Oh, and one last thing before we roll out. Happy birthday, homie. Happy birthday,
birthday,
bro.
man.
Happy birthday,
On the
man.
50 club. 50 ball.
25.
50 balls. Thank y'all for supporting us. We out.
Peace.
Peace.
Hey, yeah. Thuggin', I'm relaxing with my main chick. Why you